So what did you get for Christmas?
My New Japan, my Pro Wrestling Noah shirts, which are, if everything goes well, will be in by Saturday.
Well, that's pretty good. What
Yeah.
what what, what shirts did you get?
A Pro Wrestling Noah shirt and a Nakajima shirt.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. And the shirts by January 1st will no longer be available.
Oh, I guess it'll be limited edition then.
Yeah, that's why I got them. Like, Mom, they're not gonna be in stock anymore.
And she's like, okay, vato.
No, I think she told me, if I remember correctly, yes, we can get you the fucking shirts.
Like that. That's a direct quote.
Yes, that's a direct quote from my mom.
Do you know what I got for Christmas?
Your hopes and dreams.
Better. I got a big old box of. And you are listening to the Can You Handle This cast, starring Faith and Salvadoom. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another thrilling hour or so of the Can You Handle This cast. And well, we got some news, we got some wrestling news and some not so wrestling news, as you can probably tell from the background. Might as well do a little introductions. My name is Faith, and joined as always is the man who celebrates Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and Christmas at the same time.
It's your boy, Salvadoom, drinking a nice cup of coffee.
Can't go wrong. I just finished my thing of chocolate milk, and I am all set, man. So
Yeah,
this week in wrestling, it was fine.
as usual, you know.
Nothing too horrific. No Christmas episodes, but it is the show after Christmas, which is always fun because it takes place right here in Chicago, Illinois. Not right here because I don't live there, but in Chicago, and it's always a great crowd. And apparently Stephanie had some burns on Monday.
Yeah, the first 5 minutes of the show, all you hear is CM Punk chants because it's Chicago,
Come
and
on,
then
man! It's been 3 years since he left. Get over it, man.
it's Chicago. It's the place where Colt Cabana is from,
Then
where pro
start chanting
wrestling.
for Colt Cabana.
That no, you can't chant for Colt Cabana. They had to chant for Scotty Goldman.
Scotty Goldman. PWT. PWT.
But you did see that stereotypical Colt Cabana head, so that's as much as you're
Oh, it's
gonna
always
get
there,
from him.
man.
It's everywhere.
I'm pretty sure it's him holding it up.
It probably was.
Or his mom or
But
something.
but yeah, the post Christmas pre New Year's episode. It was meant to like build up to the Royal Rumble. Now we know the main event has been placed for the Raw brand at the Royal Rumble. But as much as I don't care, I truly did not care about this Raw at all.
It seemed like a lot of people didn't.
I mean, it's like Raw is trying to push the envelope, yet they're trying to keep the envelope slightly shut.
Well, I mean, they had to try and push the envelope. You saw last week's SmackDown, Burn Central.
Yeah. So, like, all I'm assuming for Raw is either they have to grow up here to combat SmackDown, or just use the talent that they have and try to put on some quality matches, which in the past few weeks have not been happening for them.
You know what's weird? SmackDown came in as the underdog, and they've pretty much just been superior to Raw, even though with the 1 hour less, and not even counting 205 Live now. So they've been on a roll, man.
Yeah, like I think how they set up SmackDown during the draft was three for Raw, two for SmackDown, and Raw kept getting all the good guys. You know, Finn Balor being the first round pick, and you're getting the women's champion. Like they left SmackDown with like little to no champions. I think they only left them with the world title and the Intercontinental title. So you kind of thought to yourself, like, is this gonna be like, is SmackDown really gonna be the B show that it's always been? But I'm glad it hasn't.
Yeah, I'm certainly glad that SmackDown has proven that we may not have all all the big name people in there, but our guys can work and put on great shows no matter what.
Yeah, and that's like something that's a big flaw for Raw because you can tell that they're pushing like the main title picture whenever they can, even if it's like a lower tier match. Because like in the middle of the show, I was actually excited when I saw Bo Dallas and Darren Young in the ring. Like they were in the ring getting ready for a match. They did a few lockups, and then Braun Strowman shows up, and I'm like, gee, really? Like I just wanted to see them wrestle. And then he just like kills Bob Backlund in the process. And I'm just here like, why would you have to kill the old man? His career is already dead.
But it makes sense what they're doing with Braun Strowman, though. They're kind of having him have like the Samoa Joe mentality, where like, if you don't give me what you want, I'm gonna ruin matches.
Yeah, but then again, why not ruin the women's match? Don't you want to see Braun Strowman fling Sasha Banks into the crowd?
I certainly don't. What are you talking about?
I just want to see Braun Strowman throw people.
I want to see him rip the head off Bayley like he ripped the head off Bayley's teddy bear.
True.
Oh no, that was the club, wasn't it?
That was the club.
Yeah, in the most heel thing of the century, Bayley gives Goldust a Dusty Rhodes bear, and the club just rips the head off it and throws it at him.
Which kind of makes you feel like, geez, he died like last year.
And they're already saying like, man, we don't need it. I don't know how they talk, but
Yeah. Apparently Gallows speaks in a higher tone of voice than you expect from him.
Well, yeah, I mean he was Festus.
True. But Raw this week, I think the only development we have was it might be for the women's title at the Royal Rumble, Bayley versus Charlotte for the title, and maybe for like a pre-show match or even a match post-Rumble might be Nia Jax versus Sasha Banks. Like those are the only developments I can see happening because I don't see anything happening with the title picture until after the Rumble. I don't see anything happening for the U.S. title picture until after the Rumble. So there really isn't a lot of development. You can tell that they're just like trying to make sure like the world title picture or the universal title picture. I mean, that title might be like the center of what Raw is by this right now, and I don't like it.
How
personally.
long do I have to wait for Dana Brooke versus Charlotte?
How long do I? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how many times has she used Dana Brooke to get the victory? And all I have to say, all I want is either Emelina has to show up to do that, or she does it by her on her own, maybe for a Raw exclusive pay-per-view before Mania. Not setting up a Mania match, but just setting her off as a face.
I'm assuming it'd have to have something to do with Emelina, because she'd be
like,
Dana, come back to my side, and she's gonna be like, no, I'm with Charlotte now. It's like, well, no, you're my girl. And it's like, no, I'm with Charlotte now, and I'm gonna have a thing like that.
Yeah, and then no, I actually want to see her like branch off on her own, saying like, whoa, words are hard for me.
Words are difficult to word.
No, but what I hope to see is that Dana Brooke branches off on her own. Hopefully, like saying like I've been acting like an idiot this entire time to learn from you, both of you. Now I know how you guys operate. So she might steamroll the entire Raw women's division.
And people are still gonna complain about it.
Well, I'm not gonna complain about it.
It seemed like any time, I know that you're not, I'm not, but it seemed like any time that like the IWC doesn't like a wrestler, that even when they start to try and get better, they're still going to always hate them. Like, look at Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin put on a fantastic match this Tuesday, and people are still complaining that he was in a world title match.
Yeah, I mean, like Baron Corbin, how they're building him, yeah, he has to be in the title picture by this point because he's being built as a person who, like, even with his stature, he's saying, I'm the big guy. I won my debut match at WrestleMania. I won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. I deserve a lot more than this, which I enjoy from him. And, I just hope that maybe in the future, maybe if the rumor is true, the Elimination Chamber match happens for SmackDown. I want to see what he does in that environment to see how good of an athlete he really is. Because the true testament of any athlete, and the reason I brought that up, the Elimination Chamber match, is there's a rumor going around saying that AJ Styles might defend the title inside that chamber, and I'm hoping that Baron Corbin's at least in that match.
Let's see. The last uh, brand specific one was Roadblock, right? And that was Raw.
Yes.
Yeah, so it would make sense, like either to have it be SmackDown only, or to make it a dual brand pay per view.
Yeah, but I think what they're going with is the big four are going to be brand split pay per views, like for Raw and SmackDown to be on the shows. But I'm not sure if something, say for like the Chamber match, might be for Raw or SmackDown. But all I'm saying is the Chamber might be for SmackDown because Raw does have Hell in the Cell.
I
So
miss
it
I
kind
miss bragging rights.
what
I miss bragging rights. You remember bragging rights?
I remember that SmackDown won both of them.
Yes, they did. But it was cool because
But
it was like outside of the big four, the only place we could see Raw guys versus SmackDown guys. Besides Survivor Series.
yeah, and like with that being said, like I hope they do that maybe in the future. Like hopefully next year might be the year of SmackDown versus Raw, and hopefully 2K adds a little SmackDown versus Raw flair into the 2K18. Like just replace 2K18 with SmackDown versus Raw 2018.
SmackDown vs. Raw 2018.
So I have to buy it to add it to my collection by that point.
Jeez, 2018 is going to be the next game. Good lord.
But I think that's about it for like Raw and SmackDown because SmackDown, what I can tell from it, they're a pretty good product. Oh yeah, Alexa Bliss, her
Oh, Alexa
arm.
Bliss's arm trending worldwide.
Yeah, during her match, I did not see exactly how it happened, but I think it was an armbar. Was in the
Uh,
armbar?
Becky had her in the disarm her, and I'm assuming that
She
Alexa
went a little too deep.
Bliss is double jointed. Like it wasn't an actual
Yeah,
broken arm. Like I feel like she's just kind of like, oh look at this. Like I feel like she's double jointed in her elbow, because the usually when when
like someone
someone gets
pops out
legit
there.
hurt, they don't sit there and film it for the entire time. They like show the other wrestler, and the referee gets in the way. But she was like holding it out to the crowd, showing it off, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
So I feel like that was kind of on purpose, but it looked gross. Like it looked really gross. But yeah, it was a disarm her. They showed that, and meanwhile, while she's showing the referee, La Luchadora shows up and messes up the match. And I still have no idea who La Luchadora is. Nobody does. Uh, everyone's got their own things. Like, who did you say you thought it was? Mickey James?
yeah, it was either Mickey James or maybe Naomi, but I kept saying if it's Naomi, we have to look at her ass pretty well because Naomi has that asset of hers.
Yeah, I know you said Mickey James. I thought it was Eva Marie. I got people saying that they think it's Tamina. So right now I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. It could be Ember Moon for all we know.
Yeah, because like I think they actually had her pretty well like hidden.
Yeah, outside of like her skin tone, which was darker, like it certainly wasn't like Paige coming out here, because she didn't have that light of a skin tone. It was like darker, sort of like a Samoan skin tone, like a darker
Maybe
shade.
it's Tamina.
Yeah, a lot of people
Maybe
saying
it could
Tamina, but I
be.
don't think she was as tall as Tamina though.
Yeah, like this is one of those things that you don't exactly know what's really gonna happen until maybe later on. So I'm glad that they're keeping this a secret. Like they hit her pretty well. So maybe the grand reveal will actually be a lot better.
Yeah, all we know is she's bigger than Sasha Banks, but smaller than Nia Jax. That's all we know. So,
That's all we need
other
to
than
know.
that, they had the tag team title match for SmackDown, where we have new tag team champions, American Alpha winning their tag team championships and being the first NXT tag team champions to also be WWE tag team champions in the same incarceration. Like, I guess incarnation would be the proper word, but in the proper incarnation, because you could say the Wise did it, but it wasn't the same because Bray and Randy wanted it here for the tag team titles, whereas Luke Harper, Eric Rowan won it the first time. So they're the same two men to win the NXT Tag Team Championship as the WWE World Tag Team Championship.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was an amazing matchup for both of them. But like for many people, they were saying the Wyatt family tag reign was actually a little too short. But what people don't understand is after the match, you saw the Wyatts were fighting amongst themselves, like wondering why'd you do this? Why'd you let them win? So I'm hoping that this adds up to a like Randy Orton goes solo type
See, that's the thing.
thing.
We're either going to get Randy Orton goes on his own and the Wyatts go back to being jokes, or we're going to get Luke Harper goes out on his own and Bray and Randy keep being dominant. That's the two options. They can choose what they want.
But if you really think about it, Luke Harper separates. Eric Rowan's out with injury, right? Rowan comes back, teams up with Harper. Wyatt family tag match.
Exactly, and they're going to be, the old Wyatts who, got released because they weren't fighting up to par, versus the two that actually get stuff done. Now, if you get rid of Randy, when's the last time that the Wyatts won a big time match without Randy Orton being there? I'll wait.
Does NXT count?
NXT does not count.
Then no.
Exactly. It's been a long time.
No. Just a flat no.
It's been a long time before they were actually a credible threat in the ring, without Randy Orton being there. So if they get rid of Orton, then no one's going to care. But if they make it Bray and Randy, that adds a whole other dynamic to it that makes you think, okay, is this what they need to succeed? Because they were winning all the time until they put Luke Harper into the match. So are they going to let him do his own thing while they keep on winning? Or are they going to just fall back into the old machine?
That actually might work out well if they... Actually, what if you really think about it, Luke Harper leaves, but he reinvents himself. Like saying like he doesn't believe in the Wyatts anymore. The white mentality just eludes him. Like it just grazes off of him.
See, this is what I want. I want Luke Harper to go off on his own, shave, and just become a whole different guy. And, not just be the same old, it's the beard guy that used to be in the Wyatts. Become his own thing, win like a singles championship, win the IC title or whatever, and, maybe at SummerSlam or something, make his own tag team, and then go up against Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, it could be like the power struggle between a religious leader versus his disciple that left him.
It's like the same exact thing that happened at Survivor Series with Braun Strowman. Braun had been on his own so long that he just did his own thing, doesn't care about Bray anymore, just wants destruction.
Yes. I think that's enough for SmackDown because...
Well, we just need to cover the main event, which was
a
really, really, really good match. It was Dolph Ziggler, AJ Styles, and Baron Corbin. And I know a lot of people that I talked to, they're saying, oh man, they put Corbin in the match, that's just going to ruin it. But no, the spots they did with Corbin were just breathtaking, dude. There was at one point where Corbin went for the end of days, and he did it to AJ, but then Ziggler hit a zigzag on Corbin, and all three of them went down at the same exact time. That was super cool. And it was also interesting how they did the end of the match, because Corbin essentially had it won to the point where he could have won the title right then and there, but then AJ pretty much pushed him out of the ring with a forearm and stole the win. So they're booking Baron Corbin to be a real threat for the title, but they still have AJ coming in and keeping the belt.
Yeah. I've actually been a fan of Corbin since his NXT days. I've enjoyed his work, and I kept saying he deserved a title run at least in NXT. But seeing what they're doing to him now on SmackDown, it makes a lot more sense.
See, my story with Corbin is that for the longest time I didn't really care about him, but I saw that he like wanted to get better. I saw that he was trying and working hard, and getting into character, that sort of thing. And I can get behind people if they're actively trying to get better. Like Eva Marie. Everyone hates Eva Marie, but she's actually going out there and learning from Brian Kendrick and, actually trying to be a better wrestler. So I can respect that, and I'll stick by them. So when people say, oh man, Baron Corbin, he's trash, get him off my screen, he doesn't deserve anything, he should just go do something else with his life, I'll be like, look, he's trying to get better, he's learning, he's working on his thing, just give him a chance. He's not going to be AJ Styles, but at least he's actually going there and giving his all every match.
That actually makes a lot of sense right there, because like in any form of wrestling, you always have the new guy. Like especially Baron Corbin does not have a wrestling background. People need to remember that he went from the NFL to WWE. Like Tino Sabatelli, like Mojo Rawley, like every other wrestler, like Roman Reigns, he also doesn't have a wrestling background.
Goldberg is a prime example of that.
Yeah. So like if any person wants to go into wrestling and want to like improve their ability, I'm all for it. That's why even like when people watch independent wrestling, they keep saying like, I don't like that guy. He sucks. Like, yeah, he sucks because he only had 2 matches.
It's one thing if you have a guy that comes in, just wants the money, doesn't want to learn how to wrestle. Like it's one thing if I can't really think of any examples recently, but especially like way back, people that were just in it for just, I want to be famous, I want to talk, I just want to, get some money, some exposure.
Yeah.
But if you want to be a better wrestler, then you need time to become a better wrestler. Baron has been on the main roster for what, a year now? 2 years maybe?
He's been going on. This WrestleMania will be his anniversary.
Yeah, so he hasn't even been on for a full year, and you can see leaps and bounds that he's gotten so much better. Like, if you look at his early stuff, it's just him kind of, plodding around, doing a couple end of days, winning the match, maybe a deep 6 now and again. Now he's actually actively getting in there, going after and keeping up with Kalisto, AJ Styles, and Dolph Ziggler. Like, you can tell he definitely means it.
Yeah, and not only that, the progression with his character. Yeah, it started off with him saying, I don't like midgets, I don't like little people. Now it's going, I want the title, I want your title. You're going to give me that title. I'm going to beat your head in if you don't give me your title. That's what I like.
And one thing I absolutely love about Baron Corbin is his in-ring psychology. Now, usually when somebody gets a 2 count, they look at the ref, do the whole, like, oh my god, that wasn't a 2, hold their head, eyes bugging out. No. What Baron Corbin does is he sits up and just smacks the other guy, just like, why didn't you stay down? And just relentless attack on him. And it's been a long time since we've seen someone just, keep on beating on him and not sit there and be like, oh no. Like, definitely not hamming it up at all.
Yeah, and how people say I don't like WWE because it's not aggressive, or I don't like WWE because it looks fake. If you see a guy like Baron Corbin, like more wrestlers need to act like that if they want more people to say, like, watch WWE not as entertainment but as like a legitimate sport. Because if you meet any wrestler, they will tell you it's an actual sport because they actually do train, they do everything. So I'm just saying, like, Baron Corbin's character is a perfect example of professional wrestling as the sport that it is.
And Corbin does not act like it's fake at all. Like, he treats it like it's, a sport, a job, a competition. And there's a reason why he got voted the most medal athlete, dude.
Yeah, and even if you watch Breaking Ground, the WWE docu-series that they had about the WWE Performance Center, they interviewed Corbin, and he keeps, like, saying, look, I am a huge wrestler. I am a star. I deserve this. Like, his character is in that series.
Yeah, he eats, sleeps, and breathes that character, man. It's just
Yeah,
I hope that he
it's what they say.
I hope that he continues on and just gets better in there, and I hope people start to give him a chance, because it seems like nowadays people don't give wrestlers a chance. They still don't give Roman Reigns a chance.
I mean, like for Reigns, I get why they don't like him, and I kind of get into that bandwagon because like I like to do that for like a guy like Roman Reigns, but you can tell the company has a lot of faith in him, and I have a lot of faith that maybe in the future he will be the standard bearer for WWE.
Thing about that though is the whole reason why people boo him is because how he was booked. The guy has no control over that, and he's they're putting him in smaller roles now, but they still boo him. Like he's not being pushed for the world championship outside of now, but leading up to this, he was what U.S. champion for like a few months, and people are just already hating him again. Like they don't give him a chance to grow back on him. It seems.
Yeah, but for a guy like Reigns, I think you might have said this like a few months ago, but I think he thrives. He thrives from like the fans not liking him to the point that he tries to be funny. But I think that gave him a lot of backlash from the IWC. But then again, who runs the show, the IWC or Vince McMahon?
You've got a point.
And everybody knows Vince McMahon understands the business aspect of professional wrestling. He knows that you have to keep the fans happy, but how are you going to keep the stockholders happy? How are you going to keep the little kids happy who are willing to buy his merchandise?
But you gotta think though. You gotta think it gets a little annoying after a while to be sitting there watching Roman Reigns, do something cool and the crowd boos. Do something, that he may not want to do, and the crowd boos no matter what. Doing something that is well elicited of cheers, like that insane spear on Shane McMahon, and the crowd boos him. Like he can do whatever he wants. He could sit there and become president and reunite the world, and they would still boo him.
Yeah, and maybe if maybe not reinvent his character, maybe just try to like reinvent his personality per se, like not make him like I'm here because I'm the man, or like believe that, like maybe just like maybe it's because he's keeping the Shield mentality.
I feel like if you gave Roman Reigns Braun Strowman's thing that he's got going for him, he'd be set, because it's a silent guy that just beats people up.
Yeah,
Like I feel like it's with Roman, it's just the John Cena thing. It's cool to boo Roman now, even though he doesn't deserve it.
yeah, and that's why for me, like I'm a fan of Roman Reigns, but then again, I'm also a fan of booing Roman Reigns whenever he does anything, because it's fun to do it. But whenever I see him in the ring, I'm like, he's okay. He's an okay guy. Like he's an okay athlete.
It's weird. It's fun to boo Roman, but I get kind of defensive when people boo Roman.
It's like, boo! Hey, stop booing him. He's
You're
a
not
good
allowed
guy.
to boo him, man. He's a really cool guy. He's trying. He's just
He's
happy
a
to be
father.
here. He's got
a
kids.
father. He's got a daughter.
He's got a little teapot. Yeah, I guess it kind of wraps up. I mean, 205 Live wasn't all that much. Pretty much just continued the storyline, except for one beautiful aspect of it, and that was the gentlemanly duel.
Oh my god. We have a friend named Tanner, and he is known to be like a gentlemanly. He acts like a gentleman, so I think he enjoyed that a little too much.
Yeah, it seems like nowadays he likes two guys. He likes Dean Ambrose, and he likes Jack Gallagher.
I mean, I'm a fan of Gallagher, and I like his style, but like for me, I like it where they're going with him. I like how they're progressing with his character, keeping his gentlemanly ways. I like how he announces the duel, takes out a glove, and just slaps him in the face.
Arya Davari, man, he's definitely taking this well, dude.
like that's what you need. Like for every good rivalry, you need two guys who can work well together. And like I see that this might be the only like comedic rivalry which can work pretty well in the ring as well.
I honestly feel like, um, with the whole foreigner gimmick, the whole Iraqi sort of thing. Uh, like where's he from? Iran? I
I
know he's from Chicago, but it's like by way of
I
Tehran,
think
Iran, or something.
yeah, I think they're building him from there.
I think if he can go through this like kind of the funny thing that he's doing, then eventually people are going to start liking him, and he could be, in my idea, the second likable, like really likable Iranian
Foreigner.
character. Because I mean,
Is
Mustafa
their
Ali's
first one
already
Muhammad Hassan?
Mustafa. No, Mustafa Ali's already kind of getting there, but I don't really count him as that. Even though he would kind of fit in, but he doesn't have the whole foreigner thing. He just has the whole like, I'm going to be adversity type of gimmick going for him. I think the only other really likable like foreigner outsider gimmick would be Sanjay Dutt.
Yeah, but then again, nowadays Sanjay Dutt's entire gimmick is that he's from Chicago.
Well, yeah, nowadays now they're just wrestling for
I think,
20 years.
but yeah, like remember his TNA days? He used to be from Bombay, India, and then from the original player from the Himalayas. Oh, Sanjay, I hope that hopefully he finds his way to the E one day.
I just got an update saying pro wrestlers Laura James, Joey Ryan, Shigehiro Irie, and Chris Wolf eating crickets in Japan with Joey Ryan.
Oh, Joey Ryan.
Oh, Irie.
Can we just say that Joey Ryan is the personal Twitter wrestler of the year?
Yes, please. I mean, the man brought the DDT championship to America. He deserves some kind of award.
I feel like that should be a title we all should hold dear to our hearts because,
DDT, man. Heavy
like,
metal weight championship.
if we had that title, the list of champions on the scroll, it will still be flowing today because we have the greatest champions, which include a chair, a monkey, a baby, the president of DDT,
A blow up doll.
oh, a blow up doll,
The
a
title
ladder,
itself.
the ring itself,
3 separate babies. A cat.
a painting.
I urge all of you, if you have not yet, to go and look up the list of DDT heavy metal weight champions and just, every now and again look at the sidebar and see exactly what or who they are. Because oh my god, it's such a read, dude.
Like you're thinking, oh, like this title was supposed to be the hardcore title with like the with that 24/7 rules. Yes it was. But then again, it's DDT wrestling, Dynamic Dream Team Wrestling. They're known for doing a lot of crazy stuff in the ring.
It's kind of like, I guess the equivalent would be Chikara.
It's Chikara, but it's Japan.
I think Japanese Chikara, basically.
I think if I can remember correctly, if you've ever seen the video of Joey Ryan flipping a guy with his penis, that is DDT right there. That is DDT.
He's done that many a time, though.
But that's where like it originated. Like that's where like the original video is from.
It was
And
either
not
there or
only
PWG in one of them.
probably, but like if you want to watch some comedic wrestling, I do recommend watching Chikara, watching DDT, even like watch some British wrestling, watch some ICW because you do have some funny things on there.
Well, I mean, of course, you got Joe Hendry in there, the local hero, my favorite wrestler of the year.
Oh, also also British wrestling news. I think we should go up to news now.
Well, I mean, we'll just do a quick run through of what all went on the other shows, then we'll hit the news. NXT, they basically were going through the matches they had in Japan. First was Oni Larkin versus Cien Almas, and Oni Larkin won. Liv Morgan and Aaliyah versus Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, and Billie Kay and Peyton Royce picked up the win. The NXT Tag Team title match, #DIY versus Akira Tozawa and Tajiri. and DIY ended up retaining the titles. You had Asuka versus Nia Jax, and Asuka, of course, still the women's champion. And then you had Samoa Joe versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the title, and of course Shinsuke Nakamura picking up the win, winning the title against Samoa Joe there.
So yeah, like NXT, I think they've been doing this. Last week was I think the last week of actual film dates, and this week I think they gave them the week off.
Something like that, yeah. So they just showed the really good, might I add, Japan show, and yeah.
One fall.
One Shinsuke, and then of course we had Lucha Underground, where I believe next week is the I don't know if they have 1 or 2 episodes left of the season, but it's ticking down. They of course had the continuation of Sexy Star going after who's Mariposa, and it's, I don't know if this rivalry is going to end at the season finale, but it most likely will. And then of course you still have the Mac going up against Johnny Mundo next week for the world title, and you had the ending of the Best of 5 series, and boy oh boy, Tejano really should have won that, but
Yeah.
they ended up giving it to
The machine called the son of Donald Trump.
to the son of Donald Trump. I don't think that's true.
No, that's his AAA theme. That's
Is
his
it
AAA
really?
gimmick. That's his AAA gimmick. He shows up with a Trump shirt and he rips it off saying, "I'm the son of Donald Trump."
Anyways, Cage beat Tejano in the Best of 5 series. Well, they tied it up, but then Dario came out and was like, "You are going to have this match and continue it right now in an anything goes match." And then they do it, and then Cage won after beating him with a bullwhip. And yeah, he got the Power Glove as a reward.
Which makes you think, Lucha Underground, what are you smoking, and can I try some?
It's so bad.
Lucha
I
Underground,
love
man,
the
like
Power Glove.
Lucha Underground's really just one of the greatest, like, entertainment purpose
You are not
promotions
wrong.
out there.
And that's why
Like, if you look
that's why I love it, because it's not wrestling. It's got wrestling in it, but it's not a wrestling show. It's a TV show. It's a Robert Rodriguez movie, but with wrestling. in it.
How I like to like compare it to is Mucha Lucha. If you
It's
put
basically
dark
Mucha
magic,
Lucha.
but with dark magic in a school, in a factory, in like a warehouse outside of Los Angeles.
Are you trying to tell me that Mucha Lucha didn't have dark magic? That girl turned into a bulldozer.
But then again, the flea did turn into rotting flesh. And by rotting
And-
flesh, I mean
And then the
rotting
kid
chicken.
turned into, what was he, a wrecking ball?
Snow Pea.
Not Snoopy.
yeah.
Snoopy!
Snow Pea is my favorite character in Mucha Lucha. He
Snow Pea
will
is his
become
waifu.
the next AAA mega champion.
Snoopy is Salvadoom's waifu.
But yeah, Lucha Underground, best promotion if you just want to watch like the craziness of how crazy professional wrestling can get to.
Best non-wrestling wrestling show ever. Second is the JBL and Cole show. Is that still a thing?
Joe, you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Oops, I'm pressing the wrong key. Yes.
Yeah.
Lucha Underground is the... Sorry, I have it set to push to talk. Yes, Lucha Underground is the best non-wrestling wrestling show ever. And second being the JBL and Cole show, which I'm not even sure if that's still on air or not.
It's no longer a thing, which is sad because I'm a big fan of JBL. It doesn't matter if he's commentating in a match or whatever. I don't care what the IWC says. JBL for me is one of the best damn everything because he can work a mic, he can work a ring, he can work a commentary table,
He can work Renee Young.
He can work Renee Young.
Jeez, man. But yeah, right now going on as we speak, as we record this is total like Merry Christmas Hardee's or whatever, New Year Hardy.
It's like Hardy New
It's
Year.
a Hardy New Year, and yeah, apparently they're supposed to drop the gender of their new child. So I mean,
Hopefully by next week we might get that out there.
Yeah, I mean, if I guess if you want to throw down a last week news today, one of these days, you can throw it in there.
I hope you all enjoyed my MS Paint style because
When you write
I'm
S
not the
in the title card, but a Z in the title,
I tried to put a backward Z, didn't work.
like the logo we used to draw in school with the three lines cross cross, three lines cross cross, the South Side logo.
But I think I can go through some of the news really quickly. Most of them is just New Japan stuff. As of right now, the New Japan card is set for Wrestle Kingdom 11, but two matches have been changed. The IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championship match has been changed by adding the team of Toru Yano and Tomohiro Ishii into the match because of speculation that the match might be a little bit stale because you already saw Guerrillas of Destiny versus the Great Bash Heels. Also, this changes up the four team. I think it was a four team, never open weight 6-man title match where Team Chaos replaces their Team Chaos replaces Ishii with Jado. For those of you who do not know who Jado is, he is the tag partner of Giro, who is the head booker of New Japan, and he is also the manager of not Nakamura of
The manager of
Okada.
Nakamura.
I mean, they were on good terms because they're all in chaos.
Yeah. And then, of course, tomorrow night is going to be UFC 207 coming on. Little non-wrestling, but still fight sports news. Two of the fighters did not make weight. That'll be Neil Magny and no, it wasn't Neil Magny. It was Ray Borg and Johnny Hendricks. Ray Borg and Johnny Hendricks did not make weight, so they were fined for it, and I believe will not be going for the titles, but still. The preliminary card on Fight Pass is going to be Alex Oliveira and Tim Means. The preliminary card on Fox Sports 1 is Johnny Hendricks and Neil Magny for catchweight. Welterweight is Mike Pyle and Alex Garcia. Middleweight is Antonio Carlos Jr. and Marvin Vittori. And welterweight is Brandon Thatch and Nico Price. And then the main card is going to be Louis Smolka versus Ray Borg in catchweight fight. Welterweight fight is Dong Yoon Kim and Targ Safidine. Bantamweight fight is TJ Dillashaw and John Lineker. Bantamweight is Dominic Cruz and Cody Garbrandt. And women's bantamweight main event is Amanda Nunes and Ronda Rousey for the championship. And also Dominic Cruz defending his championship as well.
And I think also it might be tonight. It actually might be tonight, tomorrow night, or Saturday night. Risen MMA will be having their end of the year match, and the main card of the night will be the 53-year-old MMA fighter. I don't know her name yet. Risen MMA. I'm adding this here because it's MMA related news.
Yeah, throw it in there. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Also, I guess I might as well throw in, yes, everyone knows this by now, but this is Ronda Rousey's first fight back since losing to Holly Holm over a year ago, and she is jacked.
I mean, you had a year to train.
I told my cousin earlier about it, and he said that this may be signs that she's actually taking it seriously, and just hopes that she doesn't, get too, overconfident
Cocky.
with it, and start, in his words, start fighting like a cave woman.
Yes. And personally for me, I'm a fan of Ronda Rousey, not a fan of her weakness, but like I want her to fight serious because it seems like the last fight she didn't take it as serious as she thought.
She tried to outbox a boxer and it didn't work out for her.
Yeah. She's a judo champion, former Olympian. She should have stuck with her judo, counteracting the boxing, but it doesn't work out. And if you're facing someone with a certain specialty, go with your specialty. Don't outfight another wrestler like that, or don't outfight a boxer like that. But the Risen event, it will be the end of the year show will be Gabby Garcia, her MMA record of 3-0. For those of you who do not know who Gabby Garcia is, she was on The Ultimate Fighter. She is that Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighter who looked a little chubby and people did not like her, but she is currently jacked, weighing in at 210 pounds. And Joe, I've shown you the pictures of her, right?
Yes, you showed me the pictures, and seeing like that transformation of her gives me high hopes for ZZ. Do you remember ZZ,
ZZ.
the crocodile
Oh
wrestler?
my god.
The crocodile wrestler? Yeah, you remember.
He got fired from WWE Developmental for being injured for
That's
too
how
long.
that's how you know.
You make it.
But yes,
But
Gabby
yeah,
Garcia going up against.
she's going up against the 52-year-old pro wrestling veteran and MMA veteran Shinobu Kandori, which this match is apparently they're taking it seriously. Both fighters are taking it seriously, but it seems like the promotion is just doing this as a joke because Shinobu is actually Shinobu is actually a former pro wrestler. I believe she wrestled in FMW in a few FMW matches. She also wrestled in All Japan. But this match, I might try to watch it just to see if they take it as seriously as they should. Because in any MMA promotion,
I wonder if she can last longer than CM Punk.
probably
2
not.
minutes 14 seconds. Also, yes, I believe earlier you said that the Chicago crowd was all CM Punk, but I don't think we touched on how Stephanie quieted them up. She just looked at her watch and said, "Yup, 2 minutes 14 seconds, huh?" And the crowd just went, "Aww."
Oh. But yeah, I think that's about it because there's not really a lot of news since it's the end of the year. Hopefully, by next cast, we will be talking about the results of Wrestle Kingdom 11. I might be doing a stream post show, Joe, if you're willing to stay up till like 7 in the morning with me to watch it.
It's on Wednesday, right?
Wednesday, 2 in the morning. If you want to watch the New Japan Rumble.
Might as well. I mean, if you throw the link to me, I might as well.
Yeah.
I mean, if you let me look at your New Japan online, that's what I totally mean. Thumbs up.
Yeah. Thumbing up. New Japan World, $9.99 a month.
Definitely worth every single penny of it, or yen. I don't know.
Yeah. There is a very informative video which has Rocky Romero and Haga teaching you how to subscribe to njpwworld.com.
Well, I mean, I guess it's better than Michael Cole trying to tell us how to subscribe for $9.99.
Yeah, but Wrestle Kingdom, I'm a big New Japan fan. Ever since the past 2 Wrestle Kingdoms, I have big hopes for it. The match card is stacked for the main important matches, the 3 main titles. The tag titles are also have their stacked matches. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for Wrestle Kingdom this year.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of show they can put on without Nakamura, because I believe this is their first one without Nakamura.
Yes, because Nakamura has been in every single Wrestle Kingdom all the way up to his inception in 2007. Wrestle Kingdom has been a thing for a while. I mean, has been recently new. It's like their WrestleMania, but they've always had a Tokyo Dome show. But this is the first official Wrestle Kingdom without Nakamura. So people are assuming there's like that certain something that's going to be missing from it. And I'm just saying, wait for it, because
Ibushi's not on the card, is he?
Ibushi's not on the card, but supposedly the anime match for Tiger Mask W, it's between Tiger Mask W versus Tiger the Dark. But the rumor is Ibushi is Tiger Mask W, and ACH of Ring of Honor fame will be Tiger the Dark.
What on earth is an anime match, Salvador?
It's because this is actually something really weird, because if you've watched the anime Tiger Mask W, a lot of the matches have implications into the real world, because during King of Pro Wrestling this year, the pre-show match was Big Red Evil Demon versus Tiger Mask W, and apparently the match itself was supposed to coincide with the anime.
Huh. So it would be like if WWE stuff had to do with like Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling stuff.
So yeah, if say Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling had like a match between Andre the Giant and say British Bulldog. Just
And the
throwing
next
this
week
out
it
there.
happened.
No, it happens live, and then the anime or the cartoon it shows the aftermath of it.
Oh, wow, that's actually pretty cool. It's like a music video style.
Yeah. So like if you love watching anime, I highly recommend watching Tiger Mask W. It's like old school uh shoujin anime with like it's very gritty to the point that you see people die in the first episode because like they're training to become wrestlers. It's weird.
Pretty interesting.
It's pretty intense, man. But I'm gonna watch it when it's fully out there. It's like I think they're going up to 20 some episodes, but I highly recommend that anime. Also, we should probably do an anime cast by this point, should we?
An anime cast? I mean, we might as well, right?
We should expand. We should recruit people. If you want to be part of the Can You Handle This podcast, please sign up. Join our Discord. Follow us on Twitter. I'm at Salvadoom, and he is at The Faithbreaker. Follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Salvadoom, twitch.tv/FaithPlays, I think, or The Faithbreaker. Yes. Join the Discord. If you have anything, please subscribe to the channel. Like, subscribe, share it with your friends, share it with your dog, share it with your mother, share it with the prostitute that's outside the street corner.
Share it with your dealer.
Share it with your dealer. Share it with Gary Coleman's grave.
Share it with Sheldon Benjamin. He needs something to make him smile. Share it with Shawn Michaels' lost smile.
Oh, now I'm sad.
You should be. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and we will see you on the next exciting episode of the Can You Handle This cast.
Who will die? Who will survive? We don't know yet.
Find out next week on Dragon Ball Z!